Hey guys, what's up? It's Snake here, and I got some more Shadow of the Colossus for you. And today we're going to be starting something new. This will actually be my first episode in a series of Colossi battles. And it's pretty much just a boss battle tutorial, and we'll go through each one, 1 through 16. And I may actually come back and do a second series for the timed battles, or the time attack mode. So this is pretty simple. For the first Colossus, as well as any other Colossus, your first starting point is going to be heading out to where there's sunlight, and raising your sword up with the circle button, and the sunlight will actually bounce off of the sword and focus when you're headed in the direction of the Colossus. It'll come to a pinpoint spot in the distance, showing you where the next Colossus is. Now this one's pretty simple to find. It's just straight ahead from the shrine, from leaving the shrine exit, which is in the southern direction. So you'll head straight south, and you'll come to a cutscene, and after the cutscene there'll be a giant cliff for you to climb. Now, with this cliff, obviously you don't know how the controls work or anything like that. You just picked up the game. So the cliff will actually show you how to use all the different controls. You'll be able to climb up grass, climb up on ledges, jump, roll, all that fun stuff, climbing back and forth this way and that. Then after you get all the way up the ledge, you're going to come to a second cutscene. And all Colossi have two cutscenes. The first one to show you that you're in the right area, and then the second one which will introduce the Colossus. And at that point, your next step is to figure out what the weak point is, how to sort of start to bring him down in the first place, to find the main weak point or primary weak point, which will be used to kill him. Now, the easiest way to do this is to, again, break out your sword. Now that you're here and the Colossus is in front of you, whenever you raise your sword up, the sunlight will focus on its major weak point, or it's the first weak point that you have to get across in order to climb up the Colossus, or get on top of the Colossus, or break part of the Colossus's armor, or whatever it is. So for this one in particular, when you raise the light up, it'll point down at the back of its left calf. Now when you get to the left calf, you're actually going to discover what's called, or what I call, I should say, a secondary weak point. Now there's primary and secondary, and primary are the obvious ones, the ones you have to stab in order to kill the Colossus in the first place. But the secondary weak points are ones that when you stab them, they're not going to cause much damage, if at all. But instead, it's going to cause the Colossus to do something in particular. And it's different for each of the Colossi, and in fact, not all of them are going to have these secondary weak points, only some of them do. But for instance, in this one, as you can see, it makes them kneel down, which gives you a chance to climb up the back and get to the ledges, where you'll then be able to take a break and continue climbing up. Now, the ledges are really important. Not all Colossi are going to have ledges necessarily, but all of them will have places either on the back or arm, or somewhere around the waist even, that allows you to take a break and kneel down. By pressing R1, you'll actually kneel whenever you're on a flat surface and not a hairy back or anything like that. And what this will do is actually speed up the restoration of both your stamina and your health. And stamina is really, really important to keep an eye on, because well, I mean, it makes the difference between being able to kill the Colossus and being flung off to the side and having to start all over again climbing up the back in order to get back to the top of the head. Now, I wanted to talk too, obviously you see here I just stabbed him in the head, and if we were playing regular mode or normal mode, this would have been it. You would have just killed the Colossus and been done with it. And what I've decided to do, instead of just doing the normal and then coming back and do a hard as well, we'll do a normal and hard tutorial at the same time. So as we get into other Colossi, I'll point out the differences between the two. This one in particular, normal mode, you only have one major or primary weak point, which is on the top of the head. The secondary weak point, or the second primary weak point for this Colossus, appears during hard mode only, and that's the one on the back of the right arm. Now as you can see here, I'm about to kill him, but look how small that stamina is. And it's really important to think about that when you're looking at the different primary weak points. Because for instance, if I would have, say, went to the right arm weak point first, I would have spent all that time, lost all the stamina, and fallen down, and still had to climb back up to attack the top one. But because I attacked his head first, it gave me the opportunity to go back down and wait on the shelf on his back in order to regain the stamina, and not have to do the whole climbing up the back of the leg a second time in order to complete it. And so it's a lot of outside of the box thinking in order to kill some of these Colossi. So that's pretty much it for the first Colossus. I hope you enjoy, and until Colossus 2, peace out, guys.